You stand before the rightful heir.
If you are finished indulging Abyssian's associate, I would have us return to more pressing matters. Locating Fyrakk is still our primary mission. We cannot continue to delay it. I have discovered a massive caldera at the western edge of Zeralek. If Fyrakk is still here, then logic dictates that this volcanic area would be his hideout. Meet us there and we will proceed.
We are not bound by the shadow. Meet us outside the caldera, champion. If my suspicions are correct, we will need to tread stealthily. Abyssian, I think a smaller force of just you and the champion is prudent. No need to involve any others.
I suppose it is for the best.
In between videos, I went ahead and hunted down the rest of the glyphs here in this cavern. What's funny is I seem to be missing one, because I have 3, but this needs 4.
Drawing near the central beacon, blocking the light we use to navigate.
So I feel like I am missing one somewhere, I just don't know where. Like, is there one in the Forbidden Reach that I'm just not seeing here and I haven't gotten? Because it's just not simply showing me at all on the map. And I'm like, where do I have to fly around and just wait for my Drake to sense it?
The whispers grew louder for me as I approached. How are you faring, civilian? You do not look well.
I am managing. I have dealt with the Dark Beckoning all my life. I had thought it would be gone with the fall of N'Zoth, but evil always persists.
By the way, I found out something. So I'm kind of spoiling something here, but then again, we always get spoiled about this. So this is the new raid in the list of the bosses we're facing. Sarkareth is the final boss of the raid, along with what is called the Echo of Neltharion. But that's not what I want to bring your attention to. I was curious what cool rewards were in this raid. Now, if you look at the rare stuff, you know, but then you look down here, extremely rare, Highland Drake, embodiment of the Hellforged. So this is one of those, it's similar to how in the other raid we had one for, oh, I'm sorry. Gosh, I hate it when it does that. There we go. Jeez Louise. It doesn't show here, but there was an extra skin you could get for the Proto Drake that made it look like Razageth. Well, for this one, this makes this Drake I'm using, the Highland Drake, look like, well, let's just say it's one of those Hellforged Drakes that you probably will see in this area. Which I've already looked at the thing where you can customize the appearance of your Drakes, and it looks really cool. So hopefully I can get that someday.
And you are?
You found your way here. Good. We have not seen Fyrakk yet, but we have seen Jeriden. Many of them.
I will claim my rightful place.
It is good to see you.
I had not expected to find Jeriden here, though it doesn't surprise me. Legends tell of their elders slumbering beneath the earth. It makes sense that some would delve underground in search of them. Their forces are heavily guarding this outer area. I recognize the magic their scouts are using. It is Farsight, powered by those totems near them. I spotted a larger totem at the top of the nearby tower. If you can figure out how to power it, we can use it to search the caldera from afar.
Aspects watch over you.
Abyssian, let us scout the caldera while the champion handles the Jeriden.
So long as we do not run headlong into danger.
If I spot what I think is supposed to be one of those Hellforge things, like, see, right there. That's the thing right there. The skin to be able to make your Proto-Drake look like Razageth. I don't have that yet. I hope to get it someday, but I just haven't bothered to do the Razageth fight that many times, which, I know I didn't put the best showcase in that LFR encounter, since I died a few times. But I do want to point out that I actually did end up getting a kill on that fight in a much better, cleaner fashion. Like, once I actually got a better handle of the mechanics and what to do, I was able to actually, you know, do the encounter without, you know, being very poor at it like I was in that video. Again, that was my first time doing that fight. Once I actually have experience with the fight and know what I'm supposed to do, I can actually do it pretty decently in terms of like, okay, this is the mechanic, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And yes, I will admit that this also does mean I usually sacrifice my DPS and stats and, you know, I'm not exactly fully concentrating on how much DPS I'm outputting because I'm also making sure I don't screw up doing the mechanics. Because if I do, that could possibly lead to a wipe. So...
You dare invade the sacred grounds of the Zakali? I will feed your broken body to the hounds!
Sure you will. Sure.
Iridicron will uphold his bargain.
Well done, champion. That rune should power the totem I saw at the top of this tower. We have discovered several locations to scout.
Accurate intelligence is a boon to any operation, especially one as small as ours.
Let us see what they are guarding.
Those massive Jarden. They are beyond anything we encountered in the Waking Shores.
Those are Jarden elders. Not just dragon slayers, but slayers of entire bloodlines.
Look there. That one appears to still be slumbering.
And the Primalists are awakening her. We must stop them, quickly.
Wait. Do you sense it? That flame infusing the lava. Is it? Shadow Flame. The poison that drove Neltharion to madness.
We must end this. The corruption cannot be allowed to spread. There is honor in service. We must rise above our own conflict before...
Cannot act yet. We need more information and a better opening.
Be careful.
Because of our recent conflicts, I have been researching the Jarden. Our archives had little information on their elders. Legends say that they were once great warlords who now slumber beneath the earth. The Jarden believe they will awaken and lead them to a brutal victory against the Dragonflights. We need to know what we are up against. There is an empty shrine just below us that resembles the ones housing the elders. We may find some answers there.
The winds guide you.
Come now. Speak.
That Jarden called her people the Zakali, but my troops did not report any information regarding a second active Jarden tribe in the Dragon Isles. I detest an unknown in war. We will need to learn what we can about them, and quickly in order to assess their strengths and weaknesses. I found the best way to know a culture is to examine how they make war. Slay any you find in the nearby area and take their armaments. I will expect your report.
I am the future of the Black Dragonfly. I will scout ahead and identify our next target.
Champion, let us make our way to the empty shrine below. The Zakali honor the strength of the earth and the ferocity of fire. This caldera is a place of violence, yet they revere it. One of Iridicron's sigils, an ancient alliance between the Zakali and the Primalists, paid for in the blood of dragons.
I'm out of range. I need to get closer.
Come on, Abyssian, you're a black dragon. Help me out here.
This seems to have contained the Elder's armaments. The Zakali are smiths of vicious weapons.
It's too far away. I'm out of range. I need to get closer.
Yeesh.
I need a target.
Okay.
These artifacts are neither Zakali nor Primalist. This looks like something Neltharion had crafted. Have these Jaradan found his laboratory? They have been trying to awaken their elders all this time. This elder, Fyrakk, was missing since they first discovered the cavern. I believe we have learned enough at this shrine. Let us find Sibelian and our next target. Sibelian, what happened here?
We required this cave to stay undetected, and the beast would have raised the alarm. Very well.
I suppose. What is done is done.
The Zakali are far more magically talented than the Kalashi, it seems. Bothersome. The beast we knew would have been preferable to the beast we do not, but I will adapt our strategies accordingly.
Mistakes were made. I am here to correct them.
From what we have gathered so far, it seems that Iridikron has made a deal with the Zakali and sent the Primals to awaken their elders. Do they merely share a common enemy, or is it Iridikron receiving something else in return?
Aspects watch over you.
While you and Abyssian were away, I had an epiphany. That corrupted caldera is at the center of the Zakali elders' slumbering prison and their war camps. Whatever is located within is the key to what the Primals are planning. It is lightly guarded as well. Only a Primalist and a Zakali priest. If we take them out, we can discover what I believe will be the truth behind all of this.
I am the future of a quick and decisive strike, and then we have access to the caldera unobserved.
Then let us make haste before we are discovered.
A scorching key.
Fyrakk already awakened 2 of your elders. You'll get to the last one. Be patient.
You speak to us of patience? We have waited centuries for our elders' freedom. Your incarnate must fulfill the bargain.
What is that? There, in the caldera.
Fyrakk.
He is consuming shadow flame.
I smell the blood of dragons. Begone, worms! Sibelian is wounded. Champion, we must flee. Fly away, little dragons. I will master what your flight could not control.
You're right, Sibelian?
We've been too long away. We are not bound by the shadows of our past.
We must save Sibelian. Should we go get help? There's no time. Sibelian's burn is severe. The Shadow Flame's corruption has already begun to take root, and it will spread further with every moment that we waste. In the time that it would take to return to Loam, Sibelian would already be lost to the darkness. We will have to help him with what we have available here.
We must rise above our own conflict before we
What
can
has
soar.
Fyrakk done?
Aspects watch over you.
Shadow Flame. Did Iridikron know that this was here? Did he corrupt his brother? Or has Fyrakk fallen to the temptation? The ignorance or arrogance tempts fools to seek it out, believing that they can master dark forces that not even Neltharion could. It infected him, slowly, like a gangrenous lesion, until he finally succumbed to madness. And so too will Fyrakk. I will not take that risk with Sibelian. He was burned badly before I was able to fly you to safety. Let us assess the extent of the damage.
We must rise above our own conflict
Let me see your arm.
before we can soar.
He caught my arm with shadow flame. It was on his breath, Abyssian. He was advance. He speaks.
I saw. I know. Let us tend to your wounds, then we can talk about defeating this monster.
My well-being is of no concern right now. Fyrakk is the only thing you should...
You are my brother. I will not trade your life for Fyrakk's, nor for anything.
Fine. Only so that I may help you in our coming battle.
It is good to see you. Be careful.
If Fyrakk is absorbing the shadow flame infused in the caldera itself, then we will need more strength than just our own to stop him. But we cannot worry about any of that until Sibelian's wound is cleansed of corruption. Are we about to deal with Fyrakk? Because right now it feels like Fyrakk is getting built up as if he's going to be, well, I'm just going to say it, a raid boss. And honestly, I'm a little surprised that Fyrakk is actually not the final boss of this raid. Considering what we just saw, it seems like he's being built up as either he's going to be this like massive boss, like world boss type of enemy, or a raid boss. That was usually the idea. So I'm a little surprised that he's not in the raid. So what's about to happen with Fyrakk?
Be careful. The winds guide
Our
you.
situation is less than ideal. We will have to improvise. I can conduct flame to earth to create magma. Shadow flame could behave similarly. The primalists are summoning earth elementals nearby. If we extract their cores, I can use them to contain the shadow flame infecting Sibelian's burn. The Zakali's totems should already be attuned to the elements here. It will make the siphoning process much more efficient. Sibelian will need to come with us. I must keep an eye on him for his sake.
We must rise above.
I do not believe I can fight in this condition.
Then do not try. Save your strength, Sibelian.
Fyrakk will pay for this. Mark my words.
It's too far away. I'm out of range.
That Wrathguard was stuck there. That's hilarious.
I need to target something first. It's too far away.
Hold on.
It's locked. It's locked.
Shh. It's locked.
I'm out of range.
glad you are here.
I can only hope these components will be sufficient for the cleansing ritual.
Aspects watch
Look ahead!
over you.
The Jeridan have cleared away from the northeastern side of the caldera to augment their forces near the Elders. There's an altar bordering the lava pool that appears safer now. We can set up our spell components there. Let us hurry before the Jeridan return.
Be careful. We will need to work. That will work. Place the cores
I need to
around
get
the
closer.
totem. We will use them to contain the shadow flame as we draw it out of Sibelian's wound.
Hurry, champion! I can feel it burning deeper into...
I will need your help, champion. Please, when you're ready, I will channel through us both.
My arm is going numb. What are you doing?
Drawing the shadow's corruption to the surface. Hold strong.
The pain is too great.
It is done. I have purged it from you. You are free. Gather the cores, champion. We need to get rid of them. Throw them into the lava pool.
That will further empower that corrupted incarnate.
The harm is already done. Salt, return to the ocean. There is honor in service.
Fyrakk and the Elders can wait. If Sibelian is lost, we will fail regardless.
The winds guide you.
Sibelian is still injured from the burn, but the Shadow Flame has been purged from him. It is the best I can do for now. I will ensure that he has time to rest later.
We must rise above our own conflict before we can soar.
Up ahead, the Primalists are working to awaken the Zakali's final Elder. When we used the Farside Totem earlier, I observed that they were draining something from the Elder. Now I realize it is likely an attempt to dispel the magic keeping the Elder in stasis. They are using elemental cores to contain the magic in the same way we did to cleanse Sibelian. Fyrakk absorbing Shadow Flame is disastrous. We cannot add an Elder Awakening to that threat. We must halt their effort.
Aspects watch Sibelian. How is your pain?
I am still injured, but the Shadow Flame, it is gone. I no longer feel it creeping towards my soul.
We acted quickly enough then. You are cleansed.
I feared the worst. I feared I would end up like him.
So I guess Fyrakk is there just
Azeroth.
napping. The Primalists have a sizable force of Jeridan guarding them while they complete their work. Even in small numbers, Jeridan prove to be formidable opponents when allowed to engage in battle on their own terms. It is far better to bring the fight to them, leaving as little time to react as possible. Take them out. We cannot have them encroaching on the space we have managed to carve out thus far.
Very well. We will meet again later.
And we will do that when we return. Stay tuned.